everyone, and welcome into my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bloom and this is Blooming Woman. And for all of my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for always showing up and supporting me. You know that I definitely appreciate you guys' support so much. And here I am with today's video. Today's video is going to be about how you can connect with the water element and the 5 most practical ways to do that. When I say practical, I mean things that are actually tangible, things that are really actually going to be more efficient when it comes to trying to connect with the water element. So let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into how we can do these things. So, water element. First, let's go ahead and talk about why someone would even feel like they need to connect with water element. One of the reasons why you may feel drawn to connect with it is because you need self-development in that area. You may need healing. You may need some type of thing that water element provides for you. You may be going through experiences in life that are basically pushing you towards the water element. And it might help you with your own personal self-development, okay? And when you do connect with the water element, some of the benefits that can come with it and some of the things that you'll gain is going to be things that relate to intuition, things that relate to connecting with your feminine energy. Now, when I say feminine energy, I'm talking about being able to do some of these things that the water element carries with it and being able to do it in an extreme amount more than a masculine energy would be able to do. And it's not to compare it to different sexes like female or male or anything like that. It's just about feminine energy characteristics and masculine energy characteristics. So being more intuitive, being able to let things flow through you and being able to be creative with your creativity, letting it flow through you, okay? Being more receptive and more open, being more gentle and more soft, okay? It can also allow for you to let your emotions flow through you. It has to deal with emotions, and water element also has to deal with your ability to really create things, okay? But create it the way that you want to create it. It has to deal with manifestation because that's about creativity as well, but about that self-expression. Self-expressing yourself in a creative way, okay? It all has to deal with these things. And it also has to deal with developing your psychic ability. Water element can also benefit you by letting you actually purify your body. Water element is another element in nature that can help for you to actually heal yourself and go through healing processes, which I'll get to in this video even more. And if you want to know more about water element overall, you can go ahead and watch this video that I've already made about the water element, where I go in depth about what water element is all about. But for now, let's get straight into the top 5 practical ways, okay? So number 1 practical way to connect with a body of water. So this does not have to be the ocean. It can be the ocean. It can be a river. It can be a pond. It can be a stream. It can be a lake, okay? It doesn't have to be a huge body of water if you're not next to the ocean. If you're next to the ocean, you can go to that too, but it just has to be a body of water, okay? Going to a body of water and actually sitting there and letting yourself connect with the water. So when I say connect with the water, what you're basically gonna do is put your attention towards that element. So as you're next to the ocean or as you're next to the river or the pond, you're going to basically focus your attention to the element that you're trying to focus your attention to, okay? How can you do that? You can focus your attention by actually using your 5 senses. So you can listen to how the water sounds. You can actually see how the water looks You can visualize it, you can actually look at it, and just focus your attention onto the water. Also, try to use your imagination to the best of your capability and open your mind, expand your mind to what it actually feels like to be like water, okay? What does the water feel like? What is the energy of that river? What is the energy of that ocean? You can actually go ahead and feel the water. You can go into the lake, go into the ocean, go into the pond, go into the rivers, put your feet into it. You can actually just feel it around you. And this is why this is practical, because it's actually tangible. You're using your 5 different senses to feel the water. You can even connect with the animals that are living inside of that habitat. So a body of water that has fish, frogs, tadpoles, a body of water that has turtles, all of these creatures that live into the water also carry that water element with it, okay, in some way, shape, or form, because they are surrounded by this element in all times. So they carry the energy of this element with it. So connecting and observing and putting your attention onto the actual animals inside of the body water will also help for you to connect with it. Closing your eyes and meditating and just taking in the energy of the water can also help you, okay? But being next to that water will definitely help you if you're trying to connect with water element. Okay, now moving on to the second thing that's going to help for you to connect with water element, which is going to be my favorite way to connect with water element, and this is going to be the rain, okay? Listening to the rain whenever it's raining outside. Just listen to that rain. I don't know if you guys can hear the water running in the back, but I think it's so funny that it just started running when I'm talking about water element and how to connect with it. But yeah, so listening to the rain when it's raining outside, even if it's a thunderstorm, listen to the sound of the thunderstorm. If it's drizzling, if rain is just falling down, open up the window and actually let the energy of that water come inside of the home, because this is important and this is very efficient and practical. And the reason why is because when nature is raining, when it's precipitating outside and Mama Nature is saying, okay, it is time for this area of earth to precipitate, it's basically cleansing. It's basically nourishing. It's basically healing that area of land, okay? It is basically pouring an abundant amount of love onto that area of land and an abundant amount of nourishment, okay? Because it's fueling the flowers and the seeds, and it's bringing water for animals and little creatures to drink. It's cleansing their body. It's giving them a shower, basically, and it's basically giving Earth a shower. So the intent that Mother Nature is doing, and opening your window and actually meditating and just watching the rain, or just, letting the rain come inside. And even if you want to, go sit outside on your porch or sit outside underneath a shed or something while it's raining, and just literally just watch the rain and connect with the rain energy. Listen to the rain. When you're doing that, you are basically connecting with the energy of purification, connecting with the energy of abundance, connecting with the energy of healing. And when you're connecting with that energy and you're putting your attention onto that energy, what you're doing is you're bringing it into you, okay? And you're opening yourself to that experience, all right? And this is extremely important. It's kind of just like if you're trying to gain a lot of information, you're going to read a certain book. If you're trying to learn about flowers, you're going to read books about flowers, and you're going to basically be downloading that information into your mind. But if you want to energetically remove blocks and energetically get certain characteristics inside of you and certain abilities inside of you on an energetic level, then you're going to connect with the energy of that thing. So connecting with the energy of the rain and Mother Earth, actually purifying the earth and nurturing the earth, will allow you to connect yourself to the ability that you have within you to purify and heal you. And you're also getting that blessing from the earth because you're taking in that energy. So you yourself will be getting purified and healed as well, okay? That's why rain is so calming, because it's such a calming energy. And if you really want to go deep into it, you can actually go into the rain and actually let the rain wash you. But it's kind of iffy with that, because depending on where you are and how much smog is in the air and all that stuff, it might not actually be a good idea, and you could actually get sick. But I've done it a couple times and it has felt really rejuvenating, where I've already been outside and it just happened to start raining, and I felt like it cleansed me. Now, moving on to the third way that you can connect with water element is going to be another beautiful way to connect with water element, where you're tangibly touching the water, is going to be to take a bath. Yep, that's right. Take a spiritual bath. A spiritual bath is basically when you run the bath water and you fill the tub up, and you basically put all of these different herbs and essential oils. And what you're doing is you're essentially infusing the water with healing properties, okay? Because water element has the ability to really hold on to frequency very easily, because water is receptive. It's really adaptable. That's why it can go from freezing cold and being ice and being solid, to turning it into a liquid, to turning into a gas, to basically turning burning hot. It's very versatile, and it can change itself, and it takes in energy because it's so receptive, okay? And so when you're infusing it with these different herbs that have healing properties, and you're fusing it with these different essential oils that have healing properties in it, what you're doing is you're charging the water up, and you're making the water frequency even more intense. The healing powers of that water is going to be more intense. So you can use your favorite oils, your favorite herbs. Don't want to go too deep on the essential oils, especially if you're a female, because obviously that's going to go into places inside of you, when essential oils are actually meant to be for external use only. So just be careful with that. And then what you can do is you can just sit there and soak into it. Soak into that water and let the water purify you. Now, there's different things that you can actually do. So if you're actually trying to heal yourself in ways where you're trying to get your immune system up, you can actually go ahead and put lemon inside of there, because that's going to help with your immune system. You can actually put ginger into the water. Juice lemon, juice ginger, and even garlic. I know it sounds crazy, but it's going to help for your immune system. It's going to help if you have a cold, or if you have a flu and you need to boost your immune system up, or you need to purge your body and break down some mucus inside of your body, or if you're just trying to do it to just clear your aura and to just get you to be a little bit more open and get you to be more creative and let you flow and do all those things that come with water element. You can just put your favorite herbs inside of there and your favorite oils inside of there, like lavender oil, tea tree oil, peppermint oil, frankincense oil, and all these different oils that you can use, okay? And all the different herbs. There's so many herbs that you can use your favorite ones. Calendula, chamomile, all these relaxing herbs that are really good for you will be great for a spiritual bath. Another thing you can actually do is also do a spiritual feet soak. I don't know if that's the actual terminology for it, but spiritual feet soak is what I'm calling it right now. Basically, you just take a bucket if you want, or you can just take a big bowl, fill it up with some warm water, and do the same thing that you did with the spiritual bath. Put your essential oils in there, put your herbs in there, and soak your feet, because our feet carry so much. We're always standing vertical, and a lot of energy just gets stuck down into our feet, and it's good to make sure that we really pull that energy out, and we clear that energy out by actually going to take a bath with our feet, okay? Because that's going to be very healing for you. Fourth way you can connect with the water element is going to be to go outside and connect with the moon. Connect with the moon, especially when you see that it's a full moon. Definitely go connect with the moon, because the moon carries water element. It works with water element. You can see this happening inside of nature When the tides rise, it's always at a full moon. So the more the moon is projecting its light onto the earth, or the more the moon is actually visible in light and not in shadow, the more the water actually rises. The water level on earth rises during full moons. Okay, so that is important to know. That's why during full moons, us as humans will actually feel more intuitive, will actually feel more on edge. All of a sudden, everybody's dealing with their shadow self around that time, or just dealing with things that they've probably been putting off, or dealing with things that they need to deal with during the full moon. Your intuition can be heightened during the full moon. All of these things because the full moon is water element, okay? So going outside and connecting with the moon, even if it's at half moon, it's okay. Connect with the moon and you will be able to take in the energy of the moon and essentially take in the energy and characteristics of being able to heal yourself, being able to connect with the water element, and being able to connect with the ability to be receptive, the ability to bring up your psychic capabilities, bring up your trust in your knowing, and being able to trust the answers that are coming from within you. You know, all these things that have to deal with heightened intuitions and things that have to deal with basically feminine energy overall, okay? So that's what's going to help you. And you can even take it a step further and hold on to your favorite crystals, any blue crystals, any orange crystals that have to deal with this area, creative area of your body where your reproductive system is, if you're a female, the area that carries babies and creates life and holds the home and the motherly energy of, you know, creating a human, basically. That area is connected with the color orange when it comes to crystals and when it comes to energies overall. Holding these colored crystals like blue because of water, and orange more importantly because of creativity and the sacral chakra, holding these colored crystals are actually going to help for you to make it more tangible for you to connect with the water element. Also, like selenite is a great crystal as well. Any crystal that needs water in order to cleanse itself is going to be a crystal that's also going to help for you to connect with the moon and all those things. Moving on to the fifth and final most practical way that you can connect with the water element. I don't know if it's the most practical way because this is not in any type of order, but it's a way that you can connect with the water element, which is practical, and that's going to be to actually drink water. I know it sounds crazy. You're like, what do you mean? Drink water? Yes. Just like how I was explaining with the moon and how your body will feel more on edge or intuitive, or if you had baggage or emotional things that need to be released, they're going to be released during the full moons. The tides are going to rise during the full moons. So what you're going to do is make sure that you have drank enough water, because if you don't have enough water that you need to be having inside your body, then you're not really connecting with the water element to the fullest potential that you can connect with it. Make sure that you are nourished with water because your body needs it. You can also go as far as infusing your water with healing properties, just like the spiritual bath and the spiritual feet soak. You can really infuse that water with herbs and drink the water. Do not infuse the water with essential oils. I don't think any of you guys would do that, but I'm just here to say don't do that ever. And then also you can even put lemon in there, actual real fruit, lemon cut in half, squeeze the water, so good for you, or lime, so good for you. You can even go as far as putting a crystal inside of the water, and the water, like I said, it holds on to memory and it holds on to frequency very easily because it's so receptive and so creative. The water will actually take the energy of the crystal, and then you take the crystal out after leaving it in there for about 8 hours, and then you drink that water. That's why they have those water bottles that have crystals at the bottom. It's the same thing basically, except for you don't have to spend the money on that item. You can just do it at home, DIY, by yourself, okay? And another thing that's also going to help you, other than just drinking the water, is going to be a really interesting tip that I do and I've learned over the years that have helped me. And that's going to be to actually sit the water right next to your bed and go to sleep. So as you're going to bed, have a glass. It has to be a see-through glass filled with water, and put that at the table next to your bed when you go to sleep. You will find that your dreams are more intense and more vivid. You would find that you are really able to connect more with the water element and be more intuitive, and really be able to heal yourself at a better rate when you do this. And you can even charge the water with the moonlight and drink it, okay? Or charge the water with the moonlight as you sleep, and you will actually be able to connect with that as you're sleeping. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on the water element. Let me know what you've experienced with water element and how you connect with water element. And if you like this video, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my intuitive guidance, my readings, all of my different things that I do on Blooming Woman. All of my information will be inside of the description box below for anyone who actually wants to visit my website and see what I have to offer there, my crystal pendants that I made by my hands, or if you just want any of my healing services, you can check out the website, okay? So thank you so much for tuning into this video. I wish you all the best. Much love and light. Hotep, blessings, and I'll see you all inside of the next video.